Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Okay, yeah, let's get that petty tea going. This is gonna I don't know, this is probably gonna be a random episode because so many things are on my mind. 2025 altogether might actually be messier than my life. Huh, yeah. I don't think I would have ever thought that could happen. And if you're thinking that's a narcissistic way of thinking, yeah, you have a lot of episodes to listen to because yeah, and I don't mean in a literal way because with all the wars and everything like that that's outside of myself, yes, I understand that. But yeah, it's just when you go through over 30 years of your life of doctors and everyone telling you that you're nothing but a liar, you're making it up, winning attention for yourself, and your condition's getting worse, and you're literally in so much pain that you want to cry and scream while you're at work, but you can't because everyone thinks you're just making it up and they're still pointing the finger at you or thinking it's an excuse. So you just have to hide the pain. So then 30 years or 35 years of hidden pain just to have surgery. But even after the surgery, doctors are still blaming you, telling you it's your fault until they're like, oh, our bad, something might be wrong. But then throughout all of those 35 years, men telling you you're not worthy of dating, jobs telling you you're not worthy of employing, it's like not able to apply for scholarships because you're not like just like nothing, you have no evidence, or it's like you feel the pain, you know something's wrong, you see something's wrong, like so-called friends who at the end laugh at you, they're like something's off about her, but then they say it's your fault that something's off, even though you say you can't control it, but that everyone says you can control it. And then just everything around. And then even after being diagnosed, even after I have the proof and the evidence, now everyone tells me you should stay inside. I was born with my disability, but now everyone tells me, you should stay inside, just get money from the government. Oh, you shouldn't do this or that. But I'm like, what about my student loans? What about, it's like I should have had scholarships. I should have been able to apply for scholarships. And then dating wise, oh, well, or oh, even kids wise. You shouldn't have kids. That would be selfish of you because how about since you were born with it, your kids will probably end up with it. Wouldn't you be selfish? Wouldn't you feel bad? But then since I don't have kids, men are like, you should have kids. Why don't you have kids? That's selfish of you. You're really just, you're not a good person. You're not a good woman. You're not doing what a good woman would do. And it's really funny because I matched with this, like, and it's really funny. A lot of people don't read profiles. And I keep telling you guys to read profiles, but it's like, I know no one really listens so far as of yet or whatever. So I'll give it time. But once you read this, if you're single, if you're on dating apps, read profiles because do you know that I have on every single dating profile that I do not date Republican, date conservative Republican or MAGA or orange loving men or whatever. Yes, and I have to be that specific because some men will be like, well, I'm not MAGA. Well, I'm not Republican. Well, I'm not conservative. Oh, well, yeah. Well, I'm Democrat, but I voted for him once or twice just because I'm fiscally conservative. If they only knew how stupid they sound when they say that, and literally how a lot of the Republicans or Republican presidents have put us in more debt and have messed our economy up so many times. But when the liberal president comes in and starts fixing everything, or a lot of the Republicans then look and say, oh, that must have been the Republican because they're naive, poorly educated, or that's the way they want the world or the country to view things. So yeah, anyways, I'll get past that subject, but it's just really astounding how men look at me in certain ways and tell me that I have to be a cookie cutter, even though I'm nothing like a cookie cutter. And even while I try to start my business, write my books, they tell me that I have to do things in a certain way, even though they've never done it, or they're too lazy to do it, or they refuse to go to college or school to be able to learn on how to do it. But then they point at me telling me, you must be doing it wrong. You can't be doing it right. You can't be doing this. And I'm like, I'm doing this on bare bones because I had to spend every single penny I had in order to get diagnosed. My exes know because they were the ones always taking money from me, begging money from me, stealing money from me, and everything like that. So, anyway, that's just. If you want to know more, I have over 400 episodes. I talk about my life. Yeah, I think I was about to say wife. I'm like, hold up, maybe that's a hint. Maybe that's a sign. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's just. It's like especially the mom trauma, and a very specific day is coming up to the point where I have panic attacks and heartache and it's emotional and everything like that. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting week of episodes. Yeah, it's gonna be, but we'll get through it. We'll trek through it because I I'm about that life. I'm stubborn and I'm bullheaded and everything. That's the thing. Those are the types of things that get me through. So, but anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's get ready for that petty tea because I got a lot to brew. I got a lot to spill. Let's go. Oh, and Nerds for Literacy. Yeah, I'm going to be doing more episodes about the horrifying dates that I have been on. That kind of just shows me how poorly educated our country, especially men, are. And remember, I've never dated a woman, so I wouldn't know how awful. Well, I mean, politics and voting tells us how poorly educated a lot of the women are out here. But it's like, I mean, personal one on one experience, dating wise, oh my gosh, it's like politics or well the I wasn't surprised with the results of, and a lot of people want to say it's because she didn't say enough of what she wanted to do for this country and her platform. It's because of this, it's because of that. No, no, no. No, 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 no. if you if you've been around or if you have been met or even my screenshots, guys, watch my episodes because I have the evidence. Literally, I have the evidence literally of all how degrading and awful and poorly educated these men are out here. And white, black, Hispanic, Asian, and how ignorant and just, especially when it comes to history. And of course, when it comes to reading level. Oh my gosh. So yeah, Nerds for Literacy. I'm going to be talking a lot more because I think that's probably an area, especially since I'm writing my novels and I have children's books published, which yeah, check out watch the whole episode, but yeah. And I'm going to have more. I should be having more, but yeah, trying to get my greeting cards and candles and the children's books and the novels and and the website for everything, and it's like I have stuff on my Etsy store, so check that out, and I have poetry up on the website. I have my links, bridges, website. I forgot what you call it or whatever, but it's in the description or whatever below. So, but all of that to say, I spread my freedom of speech. I talk about what I want to talk about, and I do it the way that I want to. Like I said a couple minutes ago, a lot of men try to tell me what I'm supposed to say, how I'm supposed to say it. With the characters in my books, men have told me, you don't want a black main character. Who's going to want to read about a black main character? Oh, well, you need to like maybe stem it from like Black Panther and stuff. It's like that was kind of like the last few years and everything. And oh yeah, it's it's the anniversary of our beloved Black Panther. It's like it was a couple days ago and everything. And yeah, just so you there's so many episodes I need to do, but on my to-do list is one about celebrity and disability, celebrity and sickness and disease. This disability and sickness does not care who you are, doesn't care if you're rich or poor or stardom or whatever. Because now that we're looking at Justin Timberlake, he was just at a concert and everything. And people were, it's like, and I understand you're at a concert, you want the glitz, the glam, the movement, the dancing, and everything like that. So I do have empathy kind of for the people, but it was just the way that they were like attacking or verbally attacking him. And part of me just feels like, didn't we learn our lesson? Didn't we learn our lesson? I don't think we learned our lesson because after with what happened with our beautiful star, our Black Star, Black Panther. Oh, it's like he he had such a huge heart, and he was so talented and amazing. And he made sure to pass his flowers because all of the things Denzel, like how Denzel Washington helped him within his like attempts and career and his goals and everything like that. He made sure. But now it's like with Justin Timberlake and things, and there's, I mean, there's other examples too, but it's just the way that both of these men were attacked, and it's just like you got you. Some of you guys are showing that you might be a little bit heartless. Some of you guys might be reminding me of my ex-boyfriend, Mr. No Heart. But anyway, yeah, and I can say that because again, I have freedom of speech. So, okay, so getting to the main subject of everything like that, because when it comes to freedom of speech, it's like now we have the orange guy in the White House who is now saying that you will have, I think it's like a year in prison if you light a flag on fire and stuff. And it was a veteran that did it. And so now it's going to be going to the Supreme Court. And I don't know, part of me just feels there are so many other things that people do with flags that we are told that we're not supposed to do, especially even bathing suits. Do you know how many Republican women that I've seen that have the American flag bikini and bathing suits and stuff, and or beach towels, and or even like the pattern of the shirts and stuff like that. And that's one reason why it's like I used to have shirts like those shirts are so small on me that I'm like, I mean, I want to give them away, but at the same time, I'm like, so I'm literally gonna pass on the thing that I do not like or I cannot stand, but then part of me feels like maybe I'll cut it up and create it to be like the design. Like, okay, I'm not saying I'm gonna cut the American flag. It's a puppy with the American flag, so it's like maybe if I do something, I don't know, whatever. But part of me just feels like there are so many other things that people are not supposed to do, but we do anyway. But that's not shunned, that's not put down. But some people are like, oh, you lit it on fire. And it's just like, that's freedom of speech too. And that shows anger and frustration and how they're not being heard. And it's like, we have to even remember Colin Kaepernick, like, because like we have to remember the veteran that caught the American flag on fire. And we have to also remember that it was a veteran that told Colin Kaepernick how like to kneel and everything because they were like it's respectful and all this other stuff. But then you have the pale males, the European American people, Americans or whatever. They're like they that's so insulting. That's against America. That's this. There's that. And that's for our song. And I was like, yeah. If you really knew the history of a lot of the American songs in this country and when they were written, yeah, African Americans, we were like our ancestors were slaves back then during a lot like majority of these American songs. But then when we have African American versions of them, they want to put that down and say there's only one America. And it's like, you don't know your history, do you? But yeah, it's like it's freedom of speech. And they are allowed to be against our freedom of speech. They are allowed to refuse to listen. They can wear headphones or whatever, but it's like it's all freedom of speech. And it's like they don't have a problem when, or it doesn't sound like they have a problem because they just say thoughts and prayers when people go into schools and boom, boom, bang, bang, and hurt and eliminate innocent young lives and everything like that. It's like I think I heard that that's to happen the same day, but I'm starting to hear more about the flag than I'm hearing about the two young boys that were eliminated and the other victims that were injured and everything like that. Shouldn't we be talking and hearing more about the people that fell victim to a monster? Shouldn't we? And shouldn't we be talking about the Second Amendment? Because it sounds like the Second Amendment has more freedoms for freedom of speech than freedom of speech has for freedom of speech. It's like it almost feels like you're allowed to allow your arsenal to scream, more than you are allowed to scream. It's almost like your arsenal is allowed to demand attention more than just you are allowed to demand for your rights, demand for just liberty, demand for freedom, demand for equality. And it's just frustrating and annoying. And it's like people want to keep putting all of this emphasis. They keep wanting to put all of this emphasis on material, on a flag, when I thought it was the bodies that created this country, not the flag, not the fabric. And I feel like maybe if someone is screaming this loudly that they feel like burning it, maybe we need to have a sit down and talk and figure out, like, because as of right now it seems like when the hate groups go around and pass out like their KKK or white power or whatever types of brochures, oh, that's freedom of speech. It's like that doesn't get enough attention. How spreading hate has more freedoms than burning a flag. It's like people say this isn't a hateful country, but you sure don't mind when you allow the citizens to pass around things that would hurt and eliminate and show cruelty to people that don't look like you. And then you want to take away rights away from women, and voting is that's kind of that's basically freedom of speech, for allowing us to say our point of view, but you're threatening to take that away. So if you're mad about someone burning a flag, just think how women feel about you taking our rights away, taking our right away from telling you the country, telling you the government, telling you the president, the person that's the president's right now. Oh, I think I'm gonna gag, but telling all of the above what we think and where we think this country should head. But instead, you're trying to shove us in a kitchen and shove babies in us and everything, or not. Well, do you want us to? Well, you know the baby process, because yeah, you want us to shove them out, but you know how, you know the process. And if you don't know, ask your mama. But yeah, oh, if you don't know, then you shouldn't be watching this up. Yeah, you shouldn't be watching. Yeah, this for grown ups. This for the grown people. Yeah. So anyway. Oh, but if you're watching with the parent and that parent lets you listen to, like, do you, boo? Do you? Because yeah, I'm not gonna really go adult with this one anyway, so I'll give you a pass with this one, I think. But it's just really crazy with how this country is, because with all of the vitriol, with all of, like, you get mad when someone kneels and it's literally a silent protest. But then you get so mad. And then you get mad at someone when they burn a flag. You get mad when people do peaceful protests. But then when the po-pos come up, when the cops pull up, and then things happen, and somehow something, like, because yeah, I've watched some documentaries, I've seen some videos where then they find out, oh, these people were not Black Lives Matter, they just kind of snuck up in there. So it's like, I'm not going to say that happened all the time, because yeah, there's stupid people in every demographic. I repeat, there are stupid people in every demographic. But it's really funny how the most peaceful demographic you're kicking out of this country right now, the immigrants, are the most peaceful out of all of the other demographics of this country, but you kicking them out. And it's like you keep saying, it's like you're going, like they are the rapists and all, like the murders and all this other stuff, blah 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 blah. But when you look at the studies, but you don't want to look at the studies, because that means education, that means paying attention, that means looking at the people who are the victims and pretending they are villains in order to allow the white people to feel better and superior about themselves. Oh yeah, and yeah, because I'm going to talk about this later, but it's really funny how a lot of white disabled and homeless white um people, like the white homeless community, it's like, because I keep watching videos, and then I'm watching some perspectives, but it makes sense when you find out that they are big, like, okay, not all of them, not all of them, but specific ones, a good portion of white homeless men are bigots. But then you wonder, but it makes sense when you look deeper into certain parts of the demographic and things like that. But then also the the white male disabled community. Yeah, it's like I've dated, like, and it's really funny how a lot of people tell me those are the type of men I should be dating since I have a disability and they have a disability. I cannot prove that even more wrong because I've tried, and I'm still. I mean, I if I meet a guy that has a disability, like, hey, but I've got story. Like, I need to do more dating nightmare stories, and I will. But oh my gosh, you do not know how frustrating and how bigoted, like, disabled white men are. And okay, I'm not talking about all. I'm not talking about all. I'm talking about in general, not all. If that hurt, like, that means I'm talking about you probably, but you don't want to learn from it and you want to blame me for the actuality of the reality of it all. But anyway, because a lot of them say some racist, like, they use their freedom of speech. I just saw, like, I keep seeing videos from, uh, well, I used to question the amazing Lucas because I'm like, okay, which side of the platform is he? But lately it's like, okay, it's like he's got some videos where I'm like, okay, okay, okay. I like, yeah, I kind of get, like, I mean, I think I'm gonna have to look at back in the day to see what happened, um, but then there's also, oh yeah, I'll just link the other guy, like, oh, he is a black man, proud father. I was like, I don't know, it's like, with the way he, like, whenever he talks about his kids, he like glows. So I'm just like, oh yeah, I mean, like, yeah, you're the kind of black man, get it, boy. It's like, congratulations to your wife, give her a hug and a sip of extra petty tea, get it, girl. But and I know his kids love him. But anyway, it's like I've been watching, like, both of them talked about one of the people that I'm kind of mentioning. But there was this one white homeless man in a wheelchair, so he was all of the above, and talking to, like, well, not talking to, yelling at these black men, calling them the N-word, calling them out their names or whatever. And then he spit on the ground, told them to pick it up. Spit on the ground and told them to pick it up. It's just like, what in the actual? You know what? That's his freedom of speech. That's his freedom of speech. Like, okay, you want to call us the N word? And a lot of people, like that one racist, no good white woman at the playground. She wanted to be racist. She wanted to call someone on the N word, and lo and behold, she got like $1 million out of it. I think a lawsuit right now, but it's really funny, like the types of freedom of speech our country allows. Because see the pattern, like the hate groups are passing out flyers, and then the hate groups are protesting and walking down streets, and then the hateful people are saying the N word proudly out loud, not caring if they are being recorded, being rewarded for it. And then it's like, but with this one guy, the homeless guy, and it's really funny. It's like he wants to put down people. And in one of the videos, there was even a woman from out the country, or as like American black woman and a European black woman, who was offering money or offering something to the homeless person, and then they called, like, one called them the N word, hard R, and the other one was a black B word and everything like that. And it was just like, you, a lot of the community, a lot of America does not know how giving and gracious black people are, because we come up from the struggle. And it's like a lot of people, like, they want to talk about our history and, like, dismiss a lot of our history, or they want to squeeze out a lot of the bad so they don't look like the villains and everything, but they don't realize, learning from that, you will know why black people are the way we are. Why it's like, once we know that we are in safe space with you, we will allow you to the cookout. It's like, if you need to rest your head somewhere, we got you. And oh, there's even a story where, oh, I don't even know if I saved the video, but there is a, I believe, the African American family. might be mixed, but I'm pretty sure African American family. But they moved into a neighborhood, and there was a white older couple that they were like neighbors and everything, and it's like they were really friendly, whatever. But the wife passed away, and it was really really hard on the older man. And it's like the black family was like, you know what, we're not gonna leave you behind, so they adopted him as a grandfather. And they have pictures of like with him in their kitchen, and it's like they have video of him playing with the kids in the front yard. And that's the America that I want to see. That's the America that I want to love and embrace, and being like, this is what our country should be. This is the freedom of speech. Like, it's like that, but a lot of people don't understand how our people are. And a lot of people think, oh, if black people can't get too much more power, they can't do this, can't, 'cause they're going to get revenge. Baby, we don't want revenge. We just want you to understand the hurt and the pain that our ancestors went through, that caused like a lot of this inner cities is because of your ancestors. It's because of the actions they placed on us. It's because of the stereotypes and the just the awful, terrible treatment and the bigotry. It's like if we could just if we can get past it, we don't want revenge. It's like we're a loving, giving, graceful community. And it's like once we can all be at peace, hey, let's fry some catfish, get some ribs up. Like, oh, I know, get like the seafood boil over Louisiana. What up? So, cause I've been really craving some shrimp and grits. It's like I went to Disney World, and it's like, cause I never had it before, but it was at let me tell you, if I can find a man that would make that mm. Anyway, if you got a recipe, send it to me. Okay, back on subject. Okay, yeah, freedom of speech and the hatred and blah blah blah. But okay, with that homeless man, with that homeless man, he like after he called him the N word with the hard R and everything, whatever, spit on the ground, told him to pick it up. He starts going down the street, down the road, and he fell off his wheelchair. He fell off, and the black man was like, "You need help." You need help. And he was like, if you apologize, and see, that's all like, okay, it's like just a little apology. And you could tell, like, he didn't want to, too, but he needed help. He couldn't get up by himself. Nope. And it's like, oh, he needed that freedom of speech to help him get some help. So I don't know. It's just like when it comes to freedom of speech, when it comes to rights and everything like that, it's like I feel like, okay, if you're changing the rule book, like write everything down now. Because every time people try to express themselves when it comes to being angry with the hatred of this country, no, that's not allowed. But when it is the hatred of this country, it's like you cheer it on, you reward it, you give them money and like power and adorn it. When it's pastors bragging that they want to take women's rights away, their right to vote away, you applaud it. But it's like when women wear the kitty cat hats, you know what I'm saying, it's like, yeah, you want to tease that, mock that, put that down, and everything like that. But I know the episode seems like a smorgasbord or just a charcuterie board of different aspects, but all stems back to freedom of speech and perspective and voice and frustration and emotions. And a lot of that is going on right now within this country. A lot of us are witnessing things that we thought we would never see, and some of us are hoping and praying that we don't have to revisit parts of history that we thought we already fought through. And now we're seeing how freedom of speech is basically, it's kind of like where freedom of speech has been kidnapped, and there's tape being muzzled around the mouth of it. And it's just odd. It's just really odd and scary, because once you lose that freedom, what's next? Once you can't speak anymore, they can take anything. Once you can't yell and scream and talk and debate anymore, that's when they steal everything else. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.